All right, yesterday was Mother's Day. And you know what? I hope all of you had a wonderful, peaceful day with your friends and your family, with your moms, be they your grandmothers or your aunts or your adopted mothers, or either that surrogate mothers, or either that if you're a mother yourself. Hey, all the best to you. I hope that yesterday was a very peaceful day. For many of us, we didn't have our close loved ones with us because perhaps they live overseas, or perhaps they have passed away. And look, being a parent in this country, especially now, is extremely costly. There's a lot of issues to deal with, from the politics to the institutions to the laws, everything. But there's also the money. The money, Lebowski, the money. Now, my friends at Do Dissidents also covered this, and look, I'd be wrong if I didn't cover this too. This is how much it costs to give birth in America: $44,318.41. I'm saddened by this because, you have people like Elon Musk saying, "Oh, well, we need people to have more kids." That's so great to hear from a billionaire. Awesome. Awesome, Blossom. Thank you for your 2 cents, sir. Thank you. But here's what this one brave woman has to say about that.
This is how much it costs to give birth in America: $44,318.41. I had my little guy 3 weeks ago, so they definitely wasted no time sending me that bill. I had a vaginal birth with epidural, no complications, and I was in the hospital for about 2 days. So I'm going to break everything down for you guys and show you guys how much everything costs and how much my insurance did cover. A private 1-bed room and board was $10,100. Pharmacy was $89.40. Laboratory was $859. My epidural was $1,845. Labor room and delivery was $10,275. Specialty services was $585, and then other services was $1,347. And
so they didn't waste doing that. Let's read that bill one more time.
And how much my insurance did cover. A private 1-bed room and board was $10,100. Pharmacy was $89.40. Laboratory was $859. My epidural was $1,845. Labor room and delivery was $10,275. Specialty services was $585, and then other services was $1,347. And that's just one bill. We have multiple bills to go through, guys. But my insurance did cover $20,353.62. And then I also still have to pay my doctor who delivered my baby. So that was $4,395.85. And that's with insurance already. I'm not sure exactly how much it would have been without insurance. And I did get another epidural bill. And this is just for the doctor, not the epidural itself. And that is $2,060.86. And then lastly, baby boy also gets a bill too, and his bill is $12,761.30. And
so wait, they charged the baby
for the doctor, not the epidural itself, and that is $2,060.86. And then lastly, baby boy also gets a bill too, and
so the baby gets a bill. But sir, I'm a baby. Too bad. Welcome to America. Pay this amount.
And his bill is $12,761.30. And this is without insurance. We're still waiting for him to process on our insurance. So for now, this is the cost without it. And if you're curious on how much we pay for insurance for our family of 5 now, it's $2,500 a month. We originally were paying $2,138.48 for just the 4 of us. But then that is how much it costs to give birth in America. Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. That's absolutely barbaric and insane, having a kid now in this country with all the stuff that's coming our way. And people wonder why no one's having kids right now. Or either that no one wants to get married. I mean, look, I get it. The internet plays a huge role here because I don't want to go into that manosphere red pill shit, okay? I swore. Oh, well, maybe the video got demonetized. Got to put money in the swear jar. All right, let's look at society here, okay? I mean, as a kid growing up, I was bombarded with the same propaganda all of you were. Go to school, go to college, get a good job, get a house. raise a family. I mean, that's the things that are always kind of, drilled into our heads. Think, Mark, think, 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 think. But instead, what happened? Well, we have an economy that's ruled by sociopaths. You have Wall Street and the big banks, the top 1% dictating terms and policies to all of us. I mean, I do mean all of us. Okay, folks. And I do mean all of us because let's face it, it is not good. It is not smart. And we are in severe danger here. My head is still spinning with the madness that we have to face off against. My head is still spinning with about the brutality that every one of us have to face off against because of, what it costs to live in America. But to have a kid in the USA, to have a kid now costs this amount of money. That kind of amount. Just even seeing those bills, that's not even all of it. But $44,318.41. Okay? They still have to they still have to pay the baby, and of course the baby also gets a bill. Can you imagine giving a newborn baby a bill and you're an insurance company? Like where is your heart? Where is your compassion? Where's your understanding? We have none of that here in this country. Richest country in the world. And that's how much it costs. And you have people who are encouraging everyone to start raising families. Great. Well, then let's increase wages. Let's make sure that the cost of living goes down. Let's make sure that people can buy a house. Let's make sure people can afford to run their small businesses. Let's make sure people can afford to pay the rent. Let's make sure that people can at least afford things because, bringing a newborn into this world, let's be clear. A child isn't going to be like an animal out there in the jungle or in the savannah. It's not going to be able to walk on its own. Newborn human babies are pretty much frail and on their own. They need constant care for at least the key part of the developing years, 3-4 years to keep an eye on them because you never know. The kid's going to run around and explore or do something stupid. They need constant attention. How do you expect a baby to pay a bill of $12,000? It's not Hollywood where it's baby geniuses and they somehow are able to become like a boss baby and run a Fortune 500 company. That's not how it happens. And all of this video comes out on Mother's Day, of all things. Now, there was a person who did write to Grok on X asking, Grok, can you confirm this? What's the average cost to give birth in the USA? The average cost, according to this AI, says the average cost to give birth in the USA varies widely based on insurance, location, and delivery type. Without insurance, a vaginal delivery typically costs $13,811 to $18,865. With insurance, out-of-pocket expenses typically range from $1,900 to $3,500. The specific case mentioned, totaling $44,318.41, is higher than the national average, possibly due to multiple bills and incomplete insurance coverage. This aligns with higher end costs in states like Nevada or New Jersey, where median vaginal birth costs can exceed $38,000. While not typical, such a cost is plausible depending on the hospital and region. So, all right, to all you people out there, if you want to start making babies before you start having that fun time, be sure to read the rules and laws and legislation in your state, or make sure you know who your insurance company is and what hospital you will have to go to, because this is what's going to be important here for everybody paying attention here. Pay attention. Pay attention to me, because this is important. Very important. If you don't know the laws, it might cost you an arm and a leg to bring a baby in this world. That's what you have to do now. You have to be a scholar in state and regional laws. You have to find out whether or not your insurance company will at least have your back for a potential situation. And as we all know, with insurance companies, they can just give you the middle finger and tell you to F right off. So it's now a risk to even wanting to have a family. It's a risk of depending on what state you're in. You have to put all these factors in now in our daily lives where we're bombarded with the internet and all of this madness in politics. Life is not becoming easier. It's becoming a prison. It's endless suffering right now. And this is the pain that we all have to go through. If you're not furious about this, you should be. If you're not upset about this, you should be. If you're not angry about this, you should be. Mastermind Hour writes, being born into debt is the American way. Be careful out there, folks, and keep your heads on a swivel. That's what lies in store for us. Being born into debt.